Oh, I don't have camera undone. Ha ha ha. There we go. How's that? Okay. I am live. um, hello, everyone. Kim from K&RP here. Bright, sunshiny Sunday afternoon. It is currently 10 degrees Celsius, which is 51 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a lovely day out there, except for the wind. It's supposed to be gusting quite strong today. And you can definitely hear it whistling out there. We don't have leaves on the trees yet, so it sounds like the winter wind still to me. But anyway, today I would like to do a twist on the grid journaling. So many of the group that we follow do have been doing grid journaling, and I hadn't really wanted to do it online because everybody else is doing it, and I didn't think that there was anything that I could show you that others haven't done. I did do a grid um, in my art journal book. I can't find it, of course, because I didn't have the page turned to it. But if you check out, hi Pam, welcome. I'm about to do a twist on that grid journal thing that everybody else is doing right now. So I'm just kind of discussing it. Like everybody's doing the grid journaling, they put the little squares, circles, whatever on their page, they do them all so that they're a cohesive type flow. I thought I'd do a little bit of a twist on it. How are your slippers coming? So what I decided to do was grid journal, but I'm going to do it on wooden blocks. I have these wooden blocks that my husband made me. When I was teaching Meet Your Creativity, I wanted him to do these so that we could use them as dice, and we were using them as prompts. So I think I want to do a set of 9 because that seems like a nice round number. And when I put them together, I can do kind of a cohesive. You had to do it again? Undo it again? Oh no. Are you having problems with it? Do we need to get together again and work on them? Because that's really annoying. And not only is it annoying, it starts to break the yarn down a little bit too if you have to pull it back that often. So, as I say, I want to do it on these wooden blocks. They're little cubes. They're 1 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch. So a little bit bigger than an inchy. And the reason I'm going to do it on these blocks is when I was talking with Jean Peter, she had said that she would love to see somebody take some wooden blocks and do art on them so that they could all stack them up and have a nice little set. So that's I figured I had wooden blocks. I'm going to do it. So because my Aboriginal name is Brightwater Woman, I want to do it in the colors that go along with my name, and my colors are blue, red, yellow, and orange. And of course, I will also use some black and white. So I'm using the Crafters acrylic, black, white, red, and blue. And I have the folk art yellow. And I didn't have this kind in orange. So I've got my Artist Loft orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the black, and I'm going to do a scribble on as many sides as possible, just a little scribble, because when you're doing the grid journals, it's all about the layers so that it gives it depth. So I'm going to take some black, and I'm going to take a nice fine liner brush, and I'm just going to do some scribbles on each side. Oh, come on, my brush is splitting. That's not good. Just random scribbles because we're going to be going over it. It's going to be giving it depth. So I'm going to do this on 4 sides of each block because it will have a chance to dry. Hi, Jan. Welcome, welcome. I'm playing with that grid journaling thing that everybody's been doing, but I'm doing it on wooden blocks. So, what people have been doing is drawing squares in their art journals and then decorating them. It's supposed to be kind of mindless, but because they're all done at once, it's kind of cohesive. It's a cohesive group of mini paintings. So I figured I would do it um, with my colors, my Aboriginal colors that go along with my name. So it's red, yellow, blue, and orange. And because I've got these wooden blocks, surprise, I've got wooden blocks. Jean Peter had talked about somebody doing artwork on wooden blocks, and that way you could arrange them and set them up whichever way you wanted to. And it would make like a cute little. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 9 blocks, and on 4 sides, I'm going to scribble with black because it's going to give it that depth, because that's going to be the bottom layer. And I'm not trying to get any shape specifically or anything. I am just totally scribbling with the black. So now I'm going to take the blue. Not feeling well today? Oh no, not again. That's crazy, Jan. Is it one that hasn't gone away? Or, is it back? So because I did it on raw wood, the paint has a tendency to just soak in and dry. So now I'm going to take the blue and I'm going to do a blue line on the unpainted sides, just various. Not necessarily all the way, but I am going to just do blue marks. Oh, let's not put the blue side down. Yeah, I think they'll be kind of cool all stacked up, Jan. I'm going to do it so that you can stack them and they should seem to. Oh, that's crazy. Just crazy. Sorry you're going through that again. So, yeah, I'm just doing blue marks, squares, whatever, on the 2 sides that don't have anything. Lines, squares, blocks of color. And because I'm using this brush, and I'll be using it on all of them, when they're stacked, maybe it'll be like a line right across a couple of them. I don't know. When I start getting more into the other colors, I'm going to lay them out together. Hi, Anne. Welcome, welcome. Oh, that's not a problem. I'm not gluing them together. They're going to be done on all sides, and then I'm going to stack them randomly when I'm done. So I can rearrange them and play with them any which way I want. Does that make sense? They're going to be like fidget art. Yeah, I thought it would be something fun, something different. I thought that these wooden blocks were 2 inches square, but they're only 1 1/4. So I don't have much space to work with, but that's okay. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I know. And when Jean was putting the that thing together, she mentioned something about wooden blocks and people doing art on them, and she'd love to see what happens to them. And since I had done the grid journal in my art journal, I thought, hey, I have wooden blocks. Why don't I do something on the wooden blocks? So I'm using my personal colors, my Aboriginal, the colors that go with my name, plus black and white. And I am just making random marks right now. Yeah. Oh, this one's really chipped out. That'll be interesting. So, yeah, because I'm only doing this on the blue so far on two sides, I'm kind of running into the thing like, where do I put it so that it's different? But it doesn't matter if it's different because we're always going to be turning them. And I had thought of maybe once I've got them all together, I could do like a line right across all of them. That would be interesting also. So I'm just doing it the same way. Hi, Barbara. Welcome, welcome. So as I say, I'm just doing random marks right now, and that's the way that the grid journaling is done. You just do random marks, and it makes like miniature paintings. So I was excited that I woke up with this idea. So here we go. Kim gets an idea, and we'll see how well it works. And it's wood. If I don't like it, I can always repaint it, sand it, and repaint it, right? Like that's a nice thing about wood and paper. And of course, I'm very fortunate with the husband's wood shop that I get little bits of wood to play with. Okay, so I've done some blue. Now, I'm still going to do blue, but I'm going to start working on a couple of the black sides with a fine brush. So I'm going to take a fine liner brush, a shorter bristle fine liner brush, and I want to do a couple of blue circles because since my name is Brightwater Woman, I would like to do Asian. Who says Asian? What? No, they're my own marks. I was just scribbling, Anne. I'm just scribbling. So as I say, because my name is, yes, my husband cut the blocks. When I was teaching Meet Your Creativity, I had them for the class I was working with, and they would put colors on each side and numbers on each side and then shapes on each side. They each got 3 of them. So they could use it as prompt dice. So, yeah. So, since water, some of their Aboriginal markings for water is a circle, and I love circles. I'm going to put a circle, blue circles on a couple of sides, side by each, across from each other. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I found a page where you could do paper cubes. You print it out and then cut it and fold it, and it makes a paper cube. So I was thinking that I would put that into this description block box below when I find my paper cubes and remember where, you know, where I got the paper cubes from, because you could do this with paper cubes too. I think it'd be really fun because not everybody has wooden blocks. And you know what? They don't all have to be the same size. If they're odd sizes, I think that would be an absolute blast to play with. And I'm not going to do circles on all of them. I'm only going to do them on 4. So, once they're stacked or whatever, they'll have more on them, of course. But it's going to be interesting. They'll be cohesive, but not cohesive. Awesome, Barbara. So I did four. One, I don't know how many I've done. I'm going to do one more, and if it's more than four, oh well. And let's do one really big one. There we go. I think the circle means like a water hole. No, if it's a spiral, it's a water hole. If it's a circle, I can't remember. Anyway, do some red. I don't think I had any trouble playing with that grid idea in my art journal because so often when I'm working, I do multiples. And I try, if I'm doing prompts, I'll have 5 ATCs out or whatever, right? So I thought that I could do that with wooden blocks and then I could have them stacked up whichever way. Again, I'm just adding random colors. Well, not random colors, the colors that just randomly. So what everybody else been up to? How's your frog journal coming, Barbara? Ribbit, yeah. And because red and orange and yellow are going to be translucent, you're still going to see the black marks underneath, which I think is going to be very cool. I think it's going to be fun when it's done. So you can see as they're, building up and they're coming together, totally different looks. Totally different looks. Thanks, Jan. I wish I had a blue that was closer to my living room color. Because then it would, match the decor in the living room. And the thing is, even though it looks like I'm doing all the left-hand sides, or you know what I mean, that it's always on the left-hand side that I paint a stripe. If you turn it, they can go any which way, right? Yeah, there's more green in my blue in the living room. You're right. And it doesn't have to be exact, they just have to be there. Okay, so now I'm going to add some yellow. The weather is bright and sunny and windy as sin. We're supposed to get up to 70-kilometer-an-hour winds, but it's sunny. It's beautiful out. It's going to dry things up really nice. I'm happy. We're going to head out to Gimli tomorrow to see if, there's breakup. We've missed it the last couple of years, and we might miss it this year too, but who knows? So with the yellow, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do little dots. And yeah, I'm leaving the background. Okay, they smudged. We're going to do a yellow line on this one. And a couple of dots. Because they're wood, I'm just going to leave them natural. Yeah, I thought it would be nice too. So I'm going to do the yellow on whatever's facing up right now gets yellow dots. And I know that I usually do things by threes. I guess I should do them by threes. No problem. Add another dot, Kim. Do you guys see what I see? Is it coming together? Oh, nice. Yeah, no, we want to go out to the lakes. We haven't gone for a nice drive like that for a while, so it's time. Since I got this yellow stripe here, I'm going to put yellow stripes as well. Just a little yellow line someplace. Then, of course, I'm going to put a varathane or polyurethane coating on it, and it's really going to punch the colors out. Thanks, Jan. Okay, so that's kind of one side. Not that it's done because I still have the orange and some white to add if I want, and maybe a little bit more black. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them. Oh, look, it's smudged onto each other. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Going to do the same thing. Just tip them up, but I'm not going to put them together because that yellow's still very wet. And I'm going to add yellow to this side. Same kind of thing. Maybe not dots. Maybe I'll do like a 3 yellow lines. Not a big fan of this. It's really thick. It's not going down nice and smooth. That's better. And the reason that I'm varying it on the sides, like I'm not putting dots on this side, because maybe when they're turned, you don't want all the yellow dots on one side. This way, it gives you variety. You can turn them, twist them any which way you want. Wonder how nice that. See that yellow one? It's dry. You can't really see it. It's okay. I can go over it if I have to. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, I thought that because I do quite often with the prompt alongs people do, I do multiples of tags, cards, whatever. I figured, why can't I do the grid work on blocks? I might end up adding some white to that yellow because it's just far too translucent. Or I could just leave it like that and carry on my merry way. So because I've got really wet paint on that side of them and on this top, I'm just going to flip them this way. Oops, smudged that. What was that? It was a dot. Be careful, Kim. So Barbara's working on a frog journal. How's your vest coming, Jan? I'm going to add some white to the yellow on these sides because that's just far too opaque. And Pam's working on slippers. Oh, Jan, I haven't really the t-shirt yarn. You have to use quite a small crochet hook with it for it to have any kind of stability. So I picked up at Dollarama when I was there this week. Tuesday, was it? Friday? Friday. I got this all-purpose rope, and it's quite a stiff nylon rope, and it's quite thin. So I figured we could probably use regular yarn. Excellent. We could probably use regular yarn. You've unpicked the entire project. Pam, I've got a thought about that. So anyway, I'm going to try doing it over this and see if it works any better, Jan. Because even though the t-shirt yarn is thicker, it doesn't have, it's still really kind of floppy unless you use a really small crochet hook. Dollar Llama, yeah. Pam, you've got the original one that we did. If you traced out the sole pattern, because you said that one fit you nicely, if you traced out the pattern and then did stitches so that it fit that pattern, does that make sense? And then carried on with the tops and everything? I'm just wondering if that's going to be better. If that makes sense? If you treated it almost like a sewing pattern instead? So that you just crochet stitches to fit that kind of thing? You're welcome. Because if you're having problems, we can always get together again and work something out. So I've added some white to it. We'll see what it's like when it dries. On this side, I'm just doing um, blocks of yellow randomly. Okay. So I've done a couple of sides with yellow. I've done some red. This red too is quite, it's not as punchy as I like. You overthinking about it? I wonder how different the orange is going to be than the red. We'll find out. And with the orange, no, I think I'm going to do more scribbly things. Doesn't really show up on the red. I like it on the yellow. Don't go over it again, Kim. Just leave it as it is. Do another squiggle on each. That's also the sign for water in Aboriginal art is the squiggly lines, three squiggly lines together. Means running water like a river kind of thing. Hi, Sherry. Welcome, welcome. Sherry sent me a wonderful pattern for a baby blanket hippo. One of those cozy things where the head sticks out and then the bottom part's like a blanket. Very cute. So there's a few different projects that we could be doing. Kind of looks like a mess, but I like it. Okay, so now I have to see what's dry and what's not. That is still wet. That's dry. I can turn that one that way. I can do that one that way. Okay, they can go this way. I'm playing with the grid journaling, Sherry, but I'm doing it on wooden blocks. So it's kind of like a 3D thing, and I'm using the colors that go with my Aboriginal name. That would be a great idea. I love the picture she shared. Sorry, I'm a bad influence. How's your mom feeling, Pam? I think this would be fun if the blocks were all different sizes too. Okay, so let's add, what do we want to add to this one? Some of them have blue, some of them have red. Let's add some yellow. None of them have yellow. And I'd like, something of each color on each side. Just do little straight lines. Oh, that's good, Pam. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Must be a nice relief for you too, because I know how stressed you were feeling with all that going on. Okay, let's do some red dots. But I'm only doing them on the ones that don't have red. I think they're turning out fun. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I can turn it. Nope, I can't turn it that way. I can turn it this way. Can't turn that one that way. I can turn it that way. So now what? Now what? That's got doesn't have any orange on it. So how about, oh dear. See if I can put a big red orange dot. Almost big. That's got orange. This does not. This one had orange on it, the rest did not, so I added an orange dot. Okay, so this doesn't have blue. Maybe I need to start bringing in some white. I still have some that just still only have the black scribble on it. Just the problem with working with a cube is you have to have so that the dry side is down. That's a dry side. That can go down, but that's got everything on it already. That could go down. Nope. This could go down. This can go down. I'm putting dry sides down and then going to continue working on see, I've got some that are just still black. Do that one. Oh, you did it again. You put your finger in the paint, the wet paint. So I'm just going to keep going round and around and around till I feel like they're done. I still have lots of these cubes left in the bag. So I might do another set in different colors. All right, so this one has everything on it except black. Yeah, round and around and around she goes. I want a very short bristled brush. I find that using a short bristled brush, I get much better control. I know I could use markers or pens or whatever, but everything's covered in paint now. This poor thing is just an ugly brush. I don't think that's the one I want to use. Nice, Barbara. Where's that one from? Here we go. That's a nice fine brush. Not sure if I like the square, even though I've got kind of square things happening. Oh, okay. I don't know the circle game, I guess. Oh, I like that one. Okay, cool, Barbara. Thank you. Kind of do like the square when it goes over more than one element instead of just being over the blue like this one. I like it when it's over a couple of bits. Okay, so this doesn't have yellow. What do we want to do with yellow on this one? Big yellow circle? Will I know that song? Maybe? Has a yellow line. Okay, so now all these sides have yellow. This one doesn't have orange. 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 Okay, John. I'll believe you. I probably will then, right? I have a fuzzy on that. So now I'm just adding random things just to fill in some of the space. Still doing kind of common elements. Definitely all with the colors. Must have wet paint on my fingers because I feel like I'm leaving little marks. And I am. Shame on me. Okay, so now all those sides have orange. This one needs blue. This one needs blue. This one needs blue. Right. I think they're really starting to look cool. Sherry, what are you working on right now, hun? And now it's starting to get a little bit of depth too, now that I'm starting to work over the other things. Okay, is that a paper or fabric one that you're doing? That's wet. This is not wet. That's not wet. Goodness. That one's not too wet. Oh, canvas cover, okay. You can see I've got lots that have very little on them. So now I'll be going around and around and building up the layers. That one's got a half thing of red. I need to address that. I'll fix it. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so this doesn't have any red, blue, or orange. Let's start with red. We'll use this brush. This has red. I'm going to make this circle complete. Red, red. This does not have red. This has red. And again, I'm not doing the same shape on all the sides facing me right now but I am doing cohesive ones. So I'm doing lines, I'm doing circles. Just so that every side has some of each color and it's over each other, so it gives it that depth. Okay, all these sides now have red. Let's do blue. What do I want to do with the blue? Let's do a scribble with blue on this one. And on this one. And on this one. Blue, 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 blue. Everybody else has blue. This doesn't have black, so I think what I'm going to do is just some dots in black. This one as well. Okay, so now they've all got black. Can you guys see these? They're very far away. I think what I'll do is I'll put them on something and lift them up so you guys can see what I'm doing because it's pretty far away for you guys to see. You need a lid of some sort. A lid or a book. I have a book up here. Oh, yes. Also, while I was at Dollarama, I got this Fill It In Numbers book because I was always looking for numbers when I was doing faux tickets and that kind of thing. Look at all these beautiful numbers. I can have a lot of fun, and I have lots of numbers to choose from now. Let's put a white page on top of that so that it's easier to see. See, they're starting to come together, a little bit of each color coming up. Oops. Put some yellow on. That yellow is very thick. Okay, so everybody's got yellow. Let's use you for some orange. It does sound great. So how many of you have more than one project going on at once? Someone wanted to move on me. Okay, so now they've got orange, yellow, blue, red, black. Orange, yellow, red, blue, black. So now these all have each color on. Need to turn, I can turn this one this way. That one can get turned that way. But again, as I say, I have to watch for what's wet and what is not. This one I have to leave dry a little bit. That one too. Uh-oh. Nope, that one can go there. Keep putting my fingers in the wet paint. Yeah, right. True, Anne. Very true. Very true. Of course, the one that I want to do is still really wet. It's got to dry a little bit more. So that's the challenge with these, finding a dry spot to work with. Okay, let's do some red. How do I want to do the red? Okay, those now have red. Yeah, I know. We all have a bazillion and one project. I get it. I do. So now they've all got black. Yeah, I haven't put anything out on my line yet this year. It's been a little bit on the chill side. And then my hands get cold and achy, and then I can't do much of anything. It's all about keeping the hands working good. Okay, so I need orange on just about all of these. Don't know what I'm going to do with the orange. Starting to get a little bit full, but that's okay. And again, like I say, it's gives you depth when you start going over things. Okay, so now they've got orange. I've got three that don't have, four that don't have blue on. Let's do some blue dots. And they don't have to be lots of each color. You can just do like one blue dot, but because the rest of them have blue on, it kind of pulls it together. Oh, see, I could put a blue dot on this one while it's there. What's your yard looking like, Jan? How's your garden? Like, are you getting ready for it yet or no? Okay, so while I've got these sides up, waiting for other sides to dry, I'm going to add just a little bit of white. Oh, this one doesn't have any red. It's okay. Can still add the white, can add the red after. Oh, that's okay, Jan. You have returned. Cool. And you're making soup. What kind of soup you making, Jan? I did broccoli cheese soup today for lunch. Okay, so this has all the colors. This one has all the colors. Cabbage soup. I haven't made cabbage soup in a while. This one needs red. Ah. Ron's not a fan of butternut squash soup. That's another one I have to make when the kids are here. This one has all 6. This one has all 6. This one has all 6. That one. This one needs yellow. Okay. At our local Sobeys, the one in Steinbach, they have bags of frozen chopped up veggies. So you could get frozen onions, frozen mushrooms, and they had broccoli when I was shopping the other day, so that's why I got the broccoli. Yeah, mine's home for lunches. You know, quite often I will make something for me and he'll have like a fried egg sandwich or something, but that's usually if I'm doing curry. He's not a fan of curry. Okay, so this side is dry. I can turn it. That side is not dry. That side is dry. This side is dry. I need that side. That side is not dry. Goodness! That one still needs to dry a little bit before I turn. That's wet. That's wet. That is dry. This is dry. That's good. I need that side. That needs to dry so I can get that last side. Am I making you guys crazy? Anybody getting seasick from this? I'm sorry if so. I can turn that side. It's amazing how you get so many done and then you come up with just totally sides that don't have anything on them, really. Wet. This side. That's something I've never grown in the garden either is butternut squash. Dan, do you grow your own? Nice, Anne. We have soup really often here. One. I made bread on. When did I go and cook with Wendy? Thursday? Wednesday? Thursday. I made bread on Thursday. My friend is trying to stock her freezer, so I've been going over and helping her do mass cookings. Next week, we're doing Lazy Man's halibut and fried rice and beef and barley soup. We'll see if that's dry enough. Okay, let's get the yellow. Let's do this. Permafrost meals. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I love having food in the freezer so that I don't have to cook, which is really weird because I do love to cook, but there's some days it's just like, yeah, no, I'm done. I just don't want to do this. Well, Barb, that's good. Me too. Right, Anne, definitely. It's not often I have both my kids and their families here all at once lately. One of my kids is working two jobs, her son's working two jobs. My other one works long, long, long hours. Okay, they all have yellow. Yeah, I can understand that, Anne. I don't like discussing those rules either. How about big orange dots? I need something bigger. I need something that's going to make bigger dots. How are you? That's nice. Look, that's a nice big orange dot. Doesn't fill in very nicely though. Hmm, no. Yeah. I say I've got a kitchen hag comes and messes up my kitchen and then I have to clean it up. So on my Facebook thing, it's like my kitchen hag gets to have a play date because when I go and cook at my girlfriend's place, her and her dad do all the cleanup, which is nice. Not fair, but still nice that I don't have to do it. Oh, I have an idea. Yes. And at least my girlfriend knows that I cook by feel. Whatever I feel goes in the pot, goes in the pot. So even though she asks for a recipe, I still add extra, much to her dismay, but she knows I do it. So, because recipes are just guidelines. And again, yeah, I did a whole bunch with all the same marks, but who's to say they're all going to be facing front at once or facing the top, depending on where I have this set up. All right, so this one needs blue. I want a different brush because I'll use you. Are all your kids there for Sunday dinner? Is that why they're all there, Anne? This one doesn't have blue. Wow. Yeah, I could understand that. My kids aren't here for Sunday dinner either. Okay, so all I need is white on each of them, I think. Oh, no, some black on that. Okay, so we've got black. I think we've got all the colors except white. I'm not going to put white on all of them. Okay. Thanks, Barbara. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye. So I think they're going to be a nice little stack of blocks wherever I decide to put them. And of course, I might come back with a pen and do some outlines or a little bit of doodling on. So I hope this has been an inspiration for you, Anne, because I know you've got blocks to play with. It would be kind of cool, like I said, I want to put them all together and then do it so that some lines cross over, but I do need to wait for them to dry. I might add some white ink outline to some of them or scribbles, see what happens. But because I've got so much stuff still wet and I really want to play with them and handle them and flip them, I am going to let them dry. So I'm going to say bye for now. Thanks for watching. I hope it has been an inspiration. I appreciate you guys all for being here. And I'm going to say goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye.